Hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Trivia. Let me do a little roll call here. I see Minister Terrace. Hey, what's up? Happy Sunday. Hello, Vern. Hey, Vern. Nice to see you. Edward, nice to see you. Hey, Barry. Let me see here. Shawana, hello. Nice to see you. Hi, everybody. Living your best life. Nice to see you here. I think this is my first time seeing you. Thanks for joining. Watching the game, but I'm ready. Okay, no worries. I'm not attuned to sports at all, so I didn't even realize that today was sports time. So let me see. I am content. Hello. Let me see. Miss Full Roller and Primping Ain't Easy. Okay. All right, let me close out YouTube because there's a delay on StreamYard normally, so I try to keep both YouTube and StreamYard open, but let me take that away. All right, so today's trivia is my second one, and today we're going to focus on tech trivia. So primping, this is going to be probably right up your alley, and probably Miss Full Roller as well. So let me go ahead and bring that up. Let me see here. Let me do it this way. And in honor of Martin Luther King's birthday, there are some trivia questions sprinkled in for Martin Luther King. So if you know Dr. King very well, you might do well at this trivia. So don't worry if you are not as maybe tech savvy, but we're going to go ahead and get started right when I pull up this thing. So let's see. All right, and primping ain't easy. You had a great discussion earlier. So I actually am looking at my colors now, and I think they are very tech minded. So let me see if I can share my screen. I'll do this one and here. Okay. All right, so my screen should be showing. It's just PowerPoint. So let's see. Put a yes in the comment just to let me know you can see my screen right now, and then we'll get started. And primping, yes, tech colors for sure. So to your point earlier, we were talking about like using pink and different colors and what kind of gravitates to tech, and pink is not normally what you think of. So I had already made this PowerPoint last night, and you'll see that I am using red and blue and black is the background. So it's definitely not the standard look that I have, which is normally pink because I'm a girly girl. Let's see here. Barry says you can see primping. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. So the first question is the acronym UI. What does this acronym stand for? Is it A, unhappy interview, B, unified internet, C, user intelligence, or D, user interface? So you can put in A, B, C, or D, or you can type in the full words there if you would like. So UI, unhappy interview, A, B, unified internet, C, user intelligence, or D, user interface. And one of those is a dead giveaway. These are all any of the false answers were made up by me. They're not legit. Let me see here. So Miss Full Roller is saying D. She's coming in first with saying D. All right. Edward saying D. All right. D for Barry as well. And Primping says user interface. D. All right. Let's see here. Shawana also says D. All right, I'll give it a second and let's see what the answer is. Let's see. Living Your Best Life says D as well. So no one went away from D. All right, let's see what the answer is. D, user interface. Definitely. So any web developers, designers are very comfortable with hearing this, term, of course. Anyone in marketing might also hear this word a lot thrown around. So very good. Awesome. You guys are good. So Martin Luther King question for you guys. So Martin Luther King Jr. was born in which state? Is it A, Virginia, B, Alabama, C, Georgia, or D, Louisiana? Let me take this away so you guys can see. And yes, that is King as a little wee boy. So is it A, King was born in Virginia, or was he born in Alabama, born in Georgia, or D, Louisiana? I'm seeing some responses for B coming in. Give it a minute, see if anyone else wants to take a guess. I'm seeing B across the board, so everyone's saying B. Okay, we got one person, Miss Full Roller. So I see King of Kill came in with B. Hey, nice to see you. Barry Johnson is saying B. Edward B. and Miss Full Roller. Yes, finally, someone breaking the mold here. So Miss Full Roller says C, Georgia. And then Shawana comes in with B. All right, well, let's find out, shall we? C, Georgia. He was born in Atlanta. So for anyone that didn't know that, and I had to look up some stats on Martin Luther King too, but yes, he was born January 15th in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, so Miss Full Roller got that one. So it pays to stand out from everybody. Yeah, Barry says, great work, Miss Full Roller. All right, let's move along here. And we're back to the tech questions. So an OS, what does an OS actually stand for? So this acronym is one that we hear often. Is it A, operating system, B, owner system, C, operating site, or D, online site? So we've got OS. What does that stand for? Is it operating system, A, B, owner system, C, operating site, or D, online site? Let's see what folks are saying. Primpin came in here quick. She said operating system. All right, Barry came in here too with A. King of Kill says A. Shawana says A. Anyone gonna say something different than A? Operating system. Let's look at the answer. A, operating system. So everybody got that one right. Good job. Couldn't trick you guys with that one. I was really racking my brain trying to think of, okay, what can I put in here that sounds somewhat legit, but everybody in here said A, so good job. All right, let's see what's next here. All right, QA. You hear this in business all the time. Which one does it actually stand for? What does QA actually mean in the business world and tech world? Is it A, quality assurance, B, qualified artificial, C, quality assessment, or D, quite assured? All right, so is it A, quality assurance, B, qualified artificial, C, quality assessment, or D, quite assured? And I'm hoping you guys see the one that I just kind of threw in there. Let's see here. I see Edward Smart came in here with A. All right. Edward Smart is saying A. Let's see. Shawana also saying A. Miss Full Roller, A. All right, all right. Fernfin says, ooh, I think A. Well, let's see. You might be right. Let's see here. King of Kill says C, very closely tied to quality. So we both think the Q is quality, is what it sounds like. So we've got King of Kill with C and Barry Johnson with C. So we think the quality part is right. Just trying to figure out what that A stands for. Well, let's see what it stands for. Quality assurance. And so, yes, quality assessment is just something I made up. It's not real. So neither is qualified artificial, quite assured, which I just kind of threw in there to throw people off and kind of make a laugh at it. But no, it means quality assurance. Good job, everybody. That was kind of tough because I made it a little tougher. All right, let's see here. What's the next question? So URL, you guys see this all the time. We all see it on a day-to-day. But what does it actually mean? What does this acronym URL stand for? Is it A, unlisted reserve location? And this one I don't even remember, so I don't know if these answers are going to be right until we see what the answer is. So A, unlisted reserve location. B, unified resource locator. C, universal resource locator. Or D, until retired life. And I hope we know which one it isn't. But again, I'll say these again. URL, does it stand for unlisted reserve location, unified resource locator, universal resource locator, or until retired life? So A, B, C, or D. Let's see what folks are saying. Hey, Zero, thanks for coming in. Nice to see you. Let's see, we hear when we call customer service. Yes, quality assurance. Yes, this is for quality assurance purposes. That's exactly right, Primping. Let's see, so URL, Edward Smart is saying C. Miss Full Roller says C, universal resource locator. Zero, the Infinite, says C. OG says, hey, sis, hey, what's up? What's your guess? What do you think URL stands for? Let's see, Miss Full Roller says, you like the D one? Yeah, I know, until retired life. I mean, URL, that is totally the answer. Barry Johnson says C. King of Kill says C. All right, everybody's saying C. Are you guys Googling? Let me see here. Zero to Infinite, OG Block, hey, hey, hey. C is my real, and I'll say D for laughs. Okay, Zero. All right, let's see what OG says. OG says C. All right, let's see who's right. And I will also go with C. I'm pretty sure that's the right answer, but let's see. All right, cool. So the correct answer was C, Universal Resource Locator. So just to throw you off, I threw in unified resource locator and unlisted reserve location. You guys didn't fall for it, and you guys certainly did not fall for my answer until retired life in there. So there you go. Everyone knew that one. Good job. All right, let's see what's next here. All right, so in honor of Martin Luther King Jr., we have another question. So what's the question here? This one I threw in because I know most people remember this date. So what year was Martin Luther King Jr. assassinated? Was it A, 1969, B, 1968, C, 1965, or D, 1963? And I took the time, I wanted to put some, kind of nostalgic pictures in here of him and his family. So this image that you see in color, that was re-imaged, and they recreated it in living color, and it's really beautiful. So I wanted to provide that in here. But let's see what you guys are saying. If you guys think it's A, 1969, B, 1968, C, 1965, or D, 1963. Let's see. I think everybody's going to get this right. All right. Miss Full Roller says B, 1968. Barry says B, 1968. Okay. Zero is saying C. Okay. Shawana, B. Edward, I changed that to B. So I guess you had something else before, but you changed it to, oh, I think you said D. Someone died in 1963, yes, but was it MLK? So Edward changed it to B. All right, let's see. So it looks like OG Block is saying B and C. So he's thinking it's either B or C, somewhere in the 1965 or 1968 era. And Zero now says B, my bad, okay. So we all say B. Living Your Best Life is saying B. All right. When was it? We remember this date, 1968. So hopefully you all enjoyed the pictures of Dr. King. We've got a couple more thrown in here. I think we got 2 or 3 maybe in here. All right, HTML. This is something that most people should know, whether they are a techie or not, because in the business world and just everyday life, I think you're going to hear it a lot. But we hear this. HTML is a coding language. But what does it actually literally mean? So A, is it happy thought marketing layer? B, hyperthinking markup language. C, hypertext markup language. D, hypertext marketing language. Okay, is it A, happy thought marketing layer, B, hyperthinking markup language, C, hypertext markup language, or D, hypertext marketing language? Let's see what folks are saying. All right, let's see. Oh, Jason's in here. Hey, Jason. Let's see here. Minister, I don't know if you made too many guesses. What's your guess? Do you know what this word means, HTML? Let's see. Zero came in here pretty quick with C, hypertext markup language. Jason says hypertext markup language. Everybody's saying C. Okay. Barry's saying C. You use it to program all the time. Okay. Barry, you got this. You're a programmer. I see you. Let's see. Eversmart is saying C and King of Kill is saying C. All right, let's see what it is. And Jason is saying he used to do HTML sites. So listen to Jason. I think he is probably right. Hey, Candy, welcome in. Or Pandy. I just called you Candy because of your name. But hi, Pandy. All right, let's see. It's C, hypertext markup language. You guys got it right. I don't think anyone said anything different. You guys didn't fall for my random wording in here. You guys didn't fall for my happy thought marketing layer or my hyperthinking markup language. Like, that could have been legit. Can't believe no one fell for that. All right, let's see. VPN, I left this one in here from last time to see who remembers what this acronym stands for. So VPN, is it A, virtual private network, B, virtual partner need, C, vendor partner need, or D, vendor partner network? Again, VPN, we had this, if you were on my last live on Sunday, we had this keyword or acronym in there. So is this standing for A, virtual private network, B, virtual partner need, C, vendor partner need, or D, vendor partner network? Let's see what folks are saying. Miss Full Roller says A, virtual private network. All right. Let's see here. And then she redefined it. A, capital A. Edward is saying A. Jason. Yeah, that was good alternative. Thank you. I thought those alternatives would get somebody and it didn't. I really tried. But we still have time for me to get someone. Let's see. Barry saying A, Zero saying A. All right. Anyone saying something different from A? Don't be shy. You can always think differently from the crowd. Handy. Yeah, I'd say A. Jason's saying A. All right. Zero says, I definitely know what that is. Okay, cool. So let's see. All right. It is A, virtual private network. It's something that a lot of us, if we work remotely, we know it because we're using it every day. All righty. So again, in celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King, we have a question. Which U.S. president approved the creation of a national holiday celebrating Martin Luther King Jr.? Was it A, Jimmy Carter, B, Gerald Ford, C, Bill Clinton, or D, Ronald Reagan? Again, which U.S. president approved the creation of a national holiday celebrating Martin Luther King Jr.? Is it A, Jimmy Carter, B, Gerald Ford, C, Bill Clinton, or D, Ronald Reagan? Let's see who we think it is. Which president did that? Which president would do that? Who do we think? Let's see what people think. You guys may be surprised like I was. I don't know if that gives it away at all, but let's see what guys are saying. All right, so, Miss Briller, no worry, you can answer as many times as you want. Let's see here. So Edward said C. Okay, Edward thinks Bill Clinton approved the creation of a national holiday celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Does anyone think different? Ms. Furroller says Ronald Reagan was the one. Barry says Ronald Reagan, D. Zero says D. Likely D from Jason. Barry Johnson, C is national. Okay, so you're saying C? All right, so you're thinking Bill Clinton. Let's see. Zero, I was definitely surprised. All right, and does that give you a clue? It's a surprising person. It's not someone you would think. Let's see here. B, we think Gerald Ford. All right. Miss Furroller says, probably because I'm old enough to remember this. That's okay. That's good insight. You are full of information. That's a great thing. Clinton is a Dem, so he couldn't do that. I don't know. You guys know I'm kind of apolitical. Let's see. President Ronald Reagan. Bill Clinton approved locking Black people up, not a national holiday. Yeah, I have my own thoughts about Bill Clinton. Being that my mom's from Arkansas and he could do no wrong, but he did do some wrong, didn't he? All right, let's see. Ronald Reagan, D. He approved the creation of a national holiday. Yes, I was surprised. I actually didn't think Bill Clinton, but I guess I thought it happened earlier. And no, I don't know if I was alive during this time. I'm not sure. Let's see here. President Ronald Reagan signs a bill in the White House, Rose Garden, designating a federal holiday honoring Martin Luther King to be observed on the third Monday. Yes, Ronald Reagan. You guys were right. I am content wishes. I was apolitical. I would love that. You know, I'm more about economics because I feel like a lot of the politics is kind of just a game. All right. Hey, Partly Cloudy. Nice to see you in here. 1983 was when it was signed into law. Thank you, Miss Full Roller. And I was definitely not alive then. So I cannot depend on my personal history to know that. But luckily, there's Google. Alrighty, so we got another tech question. So hopefully Primping is in here. Primping and Jason are the ones that kind of have the, it's either Primping, Jason, and Barry, I think, are the ones that kind of have the leg up here. HTTPS, what does this stand for? I think this one is a giveaway, but we'll see how much you guys know about this one. Does HTTPS stand for A, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, B, Hypertext Transfer Port of Site, C, Hypertext Time to Port Site, or D, Hypertext Transfer Party Site? What do we think? HTTPS, we see this all of the time when you're visiting a website. It shows up in the URL. Hypertext transfer protocol secure. A. B. Hypertext transfer portal site. C. Hypertext time to port site. Or D. Hypertext transfer party site. Let's see what folks are saying. Oh yes, Zero, the political games. It's like reminds me of the Hunger Games. Like it's just like a lose-lose situation. Either way, it's not a perfect scenario. Edward says A. Barry says A. Pandy says, hey, partly cloudy. Zero says A. Partly cloudy is having a combo. And Jason says A. Pandy says A question mark. Okay. I don't know if that was super confident, Pandy. Let's see what the answer is. You were right, Pandy, and team A, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure was the answer. Great job. So yes, it's you, even if you type into a site HTTP, normally the HTTPS will, be added to that to make sure it's secure. If you see a site that doesn't show HTTPS on it, it is most likely not secure. Learned that we're working with my security teams. All right, so we got another tech question in here, and don't worry, for my folks that are here for Martin Luther King, there are more questions, so you'll learn more about him. All righty, let's see here. API. What does this stand for? API. We've heard it. I think most of us have heard it. Is it A, Application Program Interface, B, Artificial Program Interface, C, Assurance Program Interface, or D, Asset Program Interface? So keyword, it has to end with interface, but what comes before interface? A, Application Program Interface, B, Artificial Program Interface, C, Assurance Program Interface, or D, Asset Program Interface. I feel like a robot saying this like over and over again. I've been watching Humans on Amazon Prime. I just finished it, and it's kind of like Westworld or Westerworld, where we have AI people walking amongst us like robots, and they're conscious, like they can feel, and I feel like I'm one of those robots talking right now. Let's see here. Everyone's saying A. Everyone. All right. A. Let's see what the answer is. A, Application Program Interface. Great job. This one was a fun one. I think it's fairly easy, but you never know. Let's see what folks say. And IM, what does it stand for? Is it A, Internet Message, B, Instant Message, C, Internal Message, or D, Instant Memory? IM. We receive IMs all the time. What does this acronym stand for? A, Internet Message, B, Instant Message, C, Internal Message, or D, Instant Memory? No Googling, no Googling, no Googling. You should need to Google this one. I don't think so, but we'll see what comes in. Oh, okay. Thanks, Zero. Let's see here. Edward says B. Miss Full Roller says B. Living with your best life. Living your best life says B. All right. Barry says A. And Zero says B. I might have thrown some of you guys off. Maybe. Let's see. Or at least one person. I think I might have thrown you off, which was my goal. B, Instant Message. So I'm so happy, Barry, you're the winner, because I was trying to throw one person off with Internet Message, and I got somebody. They're so closely tied. It could be Instant Message, or I think there's one other word that's kind of similar to Instant Message, but means the same thing. But great job, everybody. And I see here B for Pandy as well. Good job. Let's see what Miss Furl is saying. Iron Man, but that was not one of the choices. Iron Man. I should have thrown that in there. That totally relates. That would have been a good one. I'm a Marvel fan, so that would have been great, Miss Full Roller. It was internet message originally. People refer to it as instant message. Oh, good point. Okay, thanks, Barry, for that feedback. So internet message was a good choice. Cool. So today it's called instant message, but from Barry's point, apparently it was called internet message before, which kind of makes sense. Cool. All right, so we are back with Martin Luther King. So let's find out about this. I think I'm giving it away here. When Dr. King won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964, he was the youngest man to receive the award. How old was he? If you're paying attention, I might have given it away. When Dr. King won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964, he was the youngest man to receive the award. How old was he? So either you know this or you can do some good math or you were paying attention at the hint I just gave. But was he A, 25, B, 35, C, 30, or D, 29? 25 or 29? Let's see here. Miss Full Roller. Okay, I almost got Miss Full Roller on the last one too. Okay, so you might have known it as internet message as well. Okay, okay. Let's see. Barry says B. Miss Full Roller, I think you told us the answer on this too. Yes, B. This one was a freebie, an incidental freebie. Yes, yes. Primping says she doesn't know this one. Primping, take a guess. Take a guess. And I think I gave it away to you. But all would be good answers here. I mean, he was definitely young, but how young was he? Was he in his 20s? Had he just reached his 30, or was he 35, closer to 40? Let's see what it was. B, which I gave away because if you noticed on the slide before I quick finger changed it, B was highlighted in bold. So if you notice that, you probably naturally guessed B, but he was 35 years old when he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. Good job, guys. All right, so we got one more here for MLK, I believe. Let's see what this one is. All right, so, and hopefully you guys, again, like these images of Dr. King. I'm doing this in his memory. So when did Martin Luther King write his famous letter from Birmingham jail? So this has to be, you know, when he was in Birmingham jail. In this letter, he stated that individuals have the moral duty to disobey unjust laws. So when did he write his famous letter from Birmingham jail? Was it A, 1967? Was it B, 1964? C, 1963? Or D, 1973? Now, one of these dates in here, as a hint, couldn't have been right because as we just learned, when did Dr. Martin Luther King pass away and leave this earth? So, one of those are not right. Let's see here. What are people saying? We got A, 1967, B, 1964, C, 1963, or D, 1973. Let's see here. Pandy says B. Okay, 1964. 1960. Oh. Prepping the last one answer before this one. That's okay. Don't be sorry. Feel free to take a guess. Jason, D. Okay, D, 1973. Are we sure about that, Jason? Is that your final answer? Edward says B. Okay, okay. Barry says C. Partly Cloudy. Hey, Partly Cloudy is saying C. Miss Full Roller says C. Pandy is also saying C. All right. Anyone want to change their responses? I'm seeing C, I'm seeing B, I'm seeing D. Nobody said 1967A. I'm seeing a lot of answers for C. So it sounds like the group says C. A few outliers saying D and B, but let's see what the answer is. 1963. So if you said C, you were correct. Now, 1964, I threw in there to throw someone off because it's just a year after. So if you guessed B, you were very close, Edward Smart. And if you guessed D, well, I'm just going to assume that was an accident. And I tricked you because it was either 1963 or 1973, but we know King wasn't alive in 1973. So that was kind of the outlier. I just tied it up with 1963 and put 1973 to see if I could catch someone that maybe thought like, oh, something that 1953, 1963, 1973, something along those terms. And I did get somebody. So I got someone. Let's see. Jason says he was just trying to gamble. Cool. I'm glad you broke the mode. Let's see here. So I think that is it. Let me just make sure. Yes, that is the end of the MLK trivia. So I'm super happy that you guys were able to join me. Now, was there anything that stood out to you? What was like one of the most surprising trivia facts, whether it was MLK trivia or the tech trivia? What was something that stood out? What would you say you learned for today? I'm gonna drink some of my tea because I didn't. I love this lemon ginger tea. I just love it. I'm gonna sit back to see and hear everyone. Just one thing that you learned from trivia, because that's the end goal of this. I definitely want, if someone's watching a playback, whether you're in IT or you're wanting to celebrate Dr. King as well, that we're learning something different, because I definitely did. Let me look at YouTube. Let me pull that up on my phone. Because you guys know there's always a delay with StreamYard. There's like a 30-second delay. So I'm just going to sit back and see what comes through, because I did close down my YouTube. Oh, okay. So Edward Smart is saying one thing that surprised him was the MLK trivia, Ronald Reagan. Yes, I was surprised too, but when I thought about it, it kind of made sense, because I will say, I'm not very political, but I do observe. So I like to stay, in the know of what's happening at least. But I will say, when Democrats are in office, I feel like a lot of what they do is more talking, like talking to rappers, or it's very superficial, like what Malcolm X always talked about as far as people representing a group. Like for the Black community, typically we have entertainers representing us, and which is just, it should not be the case. I don't see any other community where that's the case, where you have entertainers being the leaders of Black people. Like, it doesn't make sense. I think he referred to them as puppets. But yeah, so I feel like when Democrats are in office, a lot of the maybe promotion they do is more along the lines of, I think of Hillary Clinton saying like, oh, I got hot sauce in my bag, or talking to Beyonce, or Kamala Harris talking about smoking weed or something. I don't know, like something that is a relation, or talking about her time at Black University. But when it comes to tangible things, I feel like we're kind of, as a people, subsided by seeing just their showing up in the community versus taking hard action to do something. Whereas when Republicans are in office, they're still trying to gain a lot of Black people support to get votes. And so there's kind of that leverage there. Democrats already have a lot of the votes, so they don't really have to do too much, because as a people, we haven't said like, No, you have to do X, Y, and Z. You can't just continue doing X and Y. And so that's my stance on that. So when I thought about it from that angle, I was like, yeah, that probably makes sense, because Republicans, when they're in office, there's more pressure on them to actually take specific actions for the people. Whereas when Democrats are, it's more, I don't know, just talk, a lot of talk and fluff, and nothing really happens. However, that's just my opinion. That's why I don't really like to participate in a lot of the political actions, but I do observe. And from my view, that's a lot of what I see when it comes to specific action. Let's see. Jason, learn from the last one. Okay. Great. That's awesome. I learned that too. I didn't know which year. I learned a lot from this trivia. I think the only one that I actually knew was just, the year he actually passed away. The others, I was just kind of like, kind of close to knowing like the years and stuff, but I wasn't sure. So this was very helpful for me as well. I enjoyed putting it together. The IM, that it changed from internet message to instant message. See, for me, I only ever knew it as instant message. I didn't even know it was internet message before. So that you guys taught me something, Ms. Phil Roller, and I think it was Jason or Barry that also said that. Barry says, I learned where MLK was born. I never knew. I was wrong about that. Yeah, because we hear all about, what he did in Alabama. We didn't really hear as much about Georgia. So I can kind of understand that too. Primping said a lot of the terms I did not know. Really, primping? That's surprising, actually. I'm just now learning terms, especially I am. Cool. Well, good to hear that, primping. I'm so glad that this is helpful. Hopefully, for anyone watching the replay, if you're trying to learn about tech, or just like for me, I'm a tech recruiter, so learning different, even just buzzwords, is helpful for me in my industry. So that is awesome, primping. I'm so glad to hear it. Learning those tech terms. Pandy says Ronald Reagan. Okay, so that he was the one that approved the MLK holiday. Although I vaguely remember this as a child. Yeah, so if you were a kid, you were too young to remember that. Like, kids aren't paying attention to that stuff normally. Unless you're one of those kids that like read everything and watch the news. I was kind of like that when I was little. I was a really weird kid. Not afraid to say it. Jason says, yeah, you were right. It's a game. Yep, it was a fun. Oh, you're talking about politics. Yes, definitely a game. Definitely a game. I feel like the people have the power, but we don't really. I don't know if we all know what to do with it. And then when you keep people divided, like in this country, of course, it's less and less that we can actually do as a people, which is sad. So, Miss Full Roller was 16 when Reagan signed it into law. Okay. It's a huge surprise that he did it, as Reagan was governor of California and the author of what we now see in the rise of Second Amendment support. Yeah, I can understand that completely. And I don't really know. I need to read into maybe why he did it, like how much pressure he was getting. I don't think he just went, out of the kindness of my heart, and I want to, I just want to do it. I'm sure he was pressured into doing it. Yeah, good point, Ms. Roller. Primping says, I thought Martin Luther King was born in Alabama at first too, until I thought about how much they revere him in Atlanta. Yes, for sure. And I think I threw Virginia in there just because of the Martin Luther King Memorial. I did visit that memorial. When was that? That was it's 2021. 3 years ago, I think. So I did visit that in DC. So I was like, well, maybe I'll throw someone off with this. Barry Johnson's understands where primping's coming from. I do as well. I do as well. Oh, I'm buffering now? Okay, I guess StreamYard is saying, or YouTube is saying it's time for me to get off of here. Who knows? Am I still buffering? Okay, so Jason says buffering. Oh, Miss Florida says no buffering. Okay. Uh, okay, Barry says no buffering. Okay, well, that's good. Cool. I'm just like, what did I do? I'm not even at an hour yet. Because sometimes I get it. After it's been, like, I've been on people's live where it's like 4 hours or 5 hours long. And it's just like, okay, like, what are we doing here? But that's when StreamYard or YouTube, one of them starts to really act up, is when you've been on the here for a really long time. Let's see here. Okay, Jason says I'm fine now. Yeah, it does mess up though, Jason. I thank you for letting me know. Because sometimes I've even seen it where you'll be talking, like I'll say, okay, bye everybody, and then it'll just keep saying it, replaying it over and over. Bye everybody, and it's just like, oh my gosh, why? Primping says, OMG, StreamYard about to kick you off as well. No buffering for me though. Okay, cool. Yes. Yeah, because I was going to stay on here and have a little chit chat. I feel like I haven't had too many long lives. I try to get off. Like if you joined my discussion yesterday, I was like, I gotta get off of here. I gotta go to Target. And I was just like, I don't know why I was in a rush to go to Target, but I think it was getting late and I don't like to be out very late anymore just because of all the things I've been seeing on the news. Is that a ladybug on my window? What is that? Sorry. I'm like, do you know those people that are just like, sometimes they don't concentrate completely and something can like grab their attention? But that was really weird. It's still on my window. I think it's a ladybug. Anyway. But yeah, I really wanted to go to Target yesterday. So I was like, I gotta get off of here. Plus, I knew I was going to come on here today. And then tomorrow, I am talking about, I think, so primping, you'll probably be interested in this too. I am going to be talking tomorrow about words that women use that are like keeping them from either growing or being promoted, and different words that are kind of downplaying what we do as women. So we're naturally kind of subconsciously taught to do these things. So that's what I'll be talking about tomorrow. I think I am going to be on at 10:30. I don't know why, because Monday is a holiday, of course. I don't know why I put something in the morning, but I'm going to be on tomorrow in the morning. Let's see, Edward, no buffering. Penny, no buffering. Cool, 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 cool. Nice. Hey, Paolindo, nice to see you. Welcome in. Miss Full Roller is saying, and Paolindo, I'm sorry, but you missed a lot of the trivia. So you'll have to replay if you're really interested. And if you want to learn about Martin Luther King or learn some new tech terms, feel free to watch the replay. You'll hear about all of the tech terms that we went over and also about some facts that we learned about Martin Luther King Jr.'s life. So if you want to catch that, let's see. MLK spent a lot of time in Alabama, so it's pretty easy to assume that he was born there. Yeah, exactly. So that was a kind of a trick question. Wasn't sure how things would go with that. I did learn that he was born in Atlanta, but that was when I was a kid. So, but if I had to guess again, I don't know if I would say Atlanta or Alabama. How's my day been? My day has been good. It's been not too eventful. I only went to the grocery store, took a walk, washed some dishes, ate some lunch. pretty standard. Nothing too exciting. I did attend some great lives today. I joined Primping Ain't Easy's live. I joined a couple other people's live chats. So it's been pretty chill. I'm just like happy that I have a long weekend because I needed it. Like last week, I was just like, it was Tuesday, right? So it's Tuesday and I'm just like, how is it not closer to Friday? Like, what is going on? It just felt like a long week. And I think it's because of it being the new year, everyone's getting back, into office. And so all of the different openings come through around this time of the year. And we're trying to figure out planning for Q1 and all of that's happening. So I was just kind of like, what is this? And I also had a training. So as soon as we got back from holidays, I was on a training. And so I mean, it was a full week of training. It was great. It was all about talent advisorship and how to be a better, I guess, recruiter, basically. So better to your candidates, better to your hiring managers and all of your teams that you work with. It was really great, really insightful. We learned a lot of key things. I may bring some of those to my channel if I feel like it may have some, if there might be some interest. But yeah, it was a really great training. But as you can imagine, when you're training, and these are half-a-day sessions, but you're still trying to keep up on your everyday work, and everyone's getting back to the office, so the stuff is starting to come in. So it was just trying to juggle all of that. But it was, it was still a good week. And thanks for asking. Okay, let me see here. Oh, hey, I see some folks in. I'm sorry. For the folks that are coming in, the trivia is over. But we were doing a little chit chat in here. So we had a tech and Martin Luther King trivia. And so we're just kind of winding down from that and having a little chit chat. Oh, thanks, Paolindo. You're so kind. Prepping is saying something to Miss Roller. Hey, it's all hot air. Nice to see you. Primping, that's a great topic. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. So for me as a recruiter, I see this a lot when I'm talking to candidates. I mean, even last week, I am talking to a lady and they're just really downplaying what they do. And then another candidate, a lady, had a really hard time saying what she did. So she could not say the word she couldn't say I did this, I did that, I led this. Everything was we, like speaking French. And I tried and I tried and I tried to get to, okay, even ask, like, what did you specifically do? What was your role in this project? Like what, and it was always we. And I constantly think about this for women. We are subconsciously taught to not brag about ourselves, but during interviews, that's essentially what you have to do in a poised way. It's not like, you're not doing it in a rude way, or what is the word I'm looking for? Like where you're arrogant. You're not trying to be arrogant at all, but you have to show what you've actually done yourself, not just say like it's a group effort, we did this, and oh, I just did this and that. It's like, no, you have value, you brought value to your team, just tell me about how and be specific about it. So I really want to have a conversation about these words that women use and in the workplace and just in everyday life. Like, what do we say that tends to devalue what we bring into different situations, whether it's work or otherwise? Oh, Paolindo says, thank you. I don't know if you're saying it to me or someone else in the chat, but you are welcome, I guess. Penny saying hi to everybody. Oh, Miss Four Roller has another comment in here. Plus Fred Shuttlesworth, whom MLK worked with a lot during the Civil Rights Movement, lived and was, oh, really? You know what? I actually would need to look up Fred Shuttlesworth. Let me actually see what he looks like. Fred Shuttlesworth. Because I will say, typically there's kind of been in the 60s, 70s, like these two sides that the community was a part of, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and then they really started to work together towards the end. And I felt like that was just kind of like the last straw. Like we gotta cut this down. They're becoming too powerful, right? Oh, he was a pastor, yeah. U.S. civil rights activist led. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to read up on Fred Shuttlesworth. Thanks for sharing that, Miss Full Roller. As I always say, you are a wealth of knowledge. Okay, I will review later. Is it the Martin Luther King Day? So technically his birthday birthday was on the 15th, but we celebrated on the Monday that falls, like closest to the 15th, I guess. So it's actually tomorrow is our holiday here in the U.S. for Martin Luther King Lindo. So we'll be celebrating. So normally over a weekend like this, in the past, I've gone to or been a part of marches in different cities, or churches will host some type of event. So everyone kind of celebrates in their own way. Some people go to the memorial in DC. So you'll see that people celebrate differently. Hey, LaShara, nice to see you. Nice to see you in here. We just had our trivia. We all learned some interesting facts on Dr. Martin Luther King, and we learned some tech terms. So if you're interested in either of those, feel free to watch the replay or just catch up with me on Sundays. I will be having trivias. I'll be continuing these every Sunday. So next week, I don't really know what my trivia will be, but if anyone has ideas, let me know. So for next Sunday, is there anything that you would like to learn more about, but you don't necessarily want to read about it? Let's put it in a trivia. I'll do the reading for you, and I'll put it in a trivia. And it should be work related. If you don't know if it'll be work related, I may be able to weave it into being work related. Just let me know in the comments. Let's see here. And hello, Char. Just met you. Thank you so much for coming over here. It's nice to see you. Nothing wrong with a little self-promotion. Yes, Edward, it's, and it's this thing, it's like we've been consciously and subconsciously trained from a young age not to self-promote. So it's almost seen as a masculine trait. And you see this not only, in America, but a lot of other countries. And so in some countries, I know when I would study Asian business as a part of my international business studies, I learned a lot of social norms for people in China, for example, in Japan, and in their culture, it is a little more taught, I guess, for them to be more demure, not really bragging on themselves too. So there's a part of it that's women, gender-based. But then there's another aspect of it that is, okay, is this a part of your culture not to brag on yourself? And how do you get out of that in order to be able to either interview or promote yourself for progression opportunities in your workplace or whatever it is you want to do, maybe even selling products and things like that. I know for myself, it's been a challenge for me to sell my career services because I'm not really a salesperson. I am more of like, here it is. Do you want it or do you not? Like, that's how I've always kind of approached even recruiting. It's like, hey, I think you'd be a great fit for this job because X, Y, and Z. Let's have a conversation. Let's figure out, if you are, and if you aren't, then I'm going to tell you. So I'm not really that sales person that's going to sell you either way, like whether this is good for you or not, you're going to be sold on it. And I think that comes from just my natural tendencies. Like my mom is also very just calm natured, pretty quiet when she first meets people. So I am in the same way. I'm the same way. But at the same time, if I'm at a party or something, I'm social, but I'm not like the loudest person in the group or anything. I'm pretty much like just wanting to get to know people one-to-one or within a small group. I don't know if that makes, like, are you guys following me? So I'm not like completely antisocial to where I'm like, no, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I'm just going to stand over here in my corner, but I am not like, hey, everybody, look at me. I want to like have a big group and let's all talk loudly together. That's not me. Let me see, Miss Full Roller. Third Monday of January is the U.S. federal holiday. Thank you, Miss Full Roller. Hopefully, Paulina, if you're still in here, you see that. Oh wow, I'm missing comments. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, thank you, LaShara. Yeah, we did a little fun trivia. So if anyone has thoughts on trivia, what they would like to learn in a fun format, let me know. Hello, Percy. Nice to see you in here. You missed our trivia, but that's okay. Nice to see you. We're having a little chit chat. We did a tech and Martin Luther King celebration trivia event. Let's see, Jason, did you learn any Asian languages? Konnichiwa. So I do know Konnichiwa, Japanese, but that's all I know. I don't know anything else. The languages I studied in school were Spanish. I did study for a very short time Italian, but I cannot speak a lick of Italian other than ciao, bella. That's the only thing I think I know how to say. But I can understand some words in Italian because it's very similar to Spanish, like of the Romance languages. Maybe even Portuguese, I can read some words, but they have different characters. As far as Japanese, Chinese, any of that, Korean, I don't know any Asian languages, no Middle Eastern languages, but I would like to learn in the future. I would like to learn Japanese in the future. Possibly Chinese. I just don't know. I want to travel to Japan. That would be my travel destination. If I were to choose China or Japan, I would actually choose Japan. Just because everything I've heard about Tokyo and how modern it is. Let's see here. Oh, thank you. Yes, Miss Full Ruler is beautiful. I have Percy, the content creators in here, like Miss Full Roller and Pandy. I have a lot of beautiful women that visit my channel and show me support. And those that are not content creators that visit me, yeah, there are a lot of beautiful women. Let's see, J.R. Maven, I have not seen you here, so welcome. You say, hello, Jess, Jen here. Hello, Jen. New to your channel, just found you today, searching mystery shopping, just subbed. Oh, great. Oh my gosh, yes, mystery shopping videos. I started that in 2019, and I was able to get like a couple $100 over just a weekend, depending on how many shops I took on. So it just will depend. And sometimes I didn't do it. Like there would be weekends I wouldn't do it. But it was pretty cool by any means, like no means. It's not like going to replace a full-time job, I don't think. But it is a nice like side hustle. If you have a car or if you can find virtual shops, yes, check out my mystery shopping playlist if you need more details on it, or feel free to hit me up on IG. My IG is going across the stream here if you have some questions, but the site I use is EPMS. So I'm so glad to see that, and welcome. I'm glad to have you. Let's see here. Welcome in. Thank you, Miss Full Roller. Appreciate you. Yes, be sure, and you guys know I'm bad at this. Yes, be sure to hit that like button. I need to start saying that at the beginning of every live. But it's not my priority, I guess. My priority is to talk to you guys. I just am normally just happy to connect. So, but yes, hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed if you're not already subscribed to me. Make sure you hit the thumbnail. Like if you're not getting notifications, it's just because of the YouTube algorithm probably, and you may not have hit the bell. Hey, do you meet a lot of people who look good on paper, resume, but no people skills? Oh yeah, Percy, all the time, all the time. It depends on what industry. What do I do in that situation? So it depends on what the job actually calls for. Now, I will say, even with industries like IT, more and more people need their IT folks to be able to speak to others in layman terms, like to be able to put it plain, put it simple, and not just use all the tech jargon, and be very personal with their business folks. You'll see a lot of companies are looking at IT as more of a maybe managed services. So, you know, they're IT, but they're supporting the business portion of things in a client way. So they need to be able to talk professionally and openly with people. So I think it's gotten better depending on what industry. Now, marketers, sales, all of that, You just have to have very strong people skills. But with tech, if it's something where you're literally coding and we just need to know your tech ability and we can train you on some of those soft skills, that's not a big deal. We can get through the process as long as you show specific behaviors during the interview. Like if you can work with teams, if that's very important, you need to be able to demonstrate that. If you can show initiative with managing your projects and completing projects, that's fine. Or if you're focused on getting results, like you can actually complete projects. Those are some of the things I may look for if it's not something where you're going to be interacting with people a ton. But I think the days of just zero interaction with people, like you can just code at your desk and that's it, are close to done for most roles. Like it's going to be really hard if you have no people skills. But at the same time, if you have a really nice technical background or hard skills, that's something that the company should be able to teach you. I actually did this for a retail company. I was one of the trainers that taught people soft skills. So it can be trained, but I would say soft skills are harder to train than, say, a technical skill, depending on what that tech skill is. Hopefully that answers your question, Percy. But I mean, there are tons of people that look great on paper, but then when you actually talk to them, they can't talk to the things they did. Something else that you just made me think about is that there are some people who they put a lot of stuff on their resume and you talk to them and they haven't really done any of it. So they have, let's say, Python listed on the resume, but they just had exposure to Python. They haven't really done it. Or they have SAP on their resume, but they just know what it is. They haven't actually worked in the SAP systems. So that's another issue that I see, Percy. Great questions. But yeah, what I do in the situation is if they need to have people skills, they can't move forward. Like that's just it. If they can fit another job, great. But that's just how it is. But then if it's flexible, if they don't really need the people skills as much, let the hiring manager decide what they want to do in that case. Let's see. Ciao, Bella. Thank you, Paolindo. Let's see. One Italian word I know. Paolindo saying hey to the beautiful people in here. I think Jason is speaking Hawaiian, maybe? And then they're speaking Italian. Hola, Linda. I know Hola, Linda, because it's the same in Spanish, unless you're speaking in Spanish to me right now. But yeah, Hola, Linda just means hi, beautiful. J.R. Mabin, where do I find out more about Current you spoke about? So I just did one live video on Current, but you can go to the website. Now, here's the thing, Jen. It's not Current with the E. So here's how you're going to type it. You're going to type it in Google. Exactly. Actually, you know what? Look in the About section in that live stream and click on my link for that because it takes you right to the Current website. Because Current, as you spell it here, is actually an online bank. So I don't want you to go to the wrong site. Watch that live stream. You don't have to watch the full thing, but just watch a little bit of that to give you a little synopsis of what Current is. And then check out the About section. There's a direct link. You're basically just taking out the E of what you have written here, and it's called Current without an E. I hope that helps. They've been a little weird lately. I feel like it takes a little while for them to send you payments, and I've always had to follow up with them. But I mean, if you want to make some additional income, I still stand by them, even though you have to make sure you follow up with them and say, hey, when am I getting my payment? So that they can make sure that you got your payment. It's kind of like when you're a freelancer and you're waiting on the company to pay for you. If you've ever done any freelance work, some companies are just bad at paying out really quickly. So that will be my tip there. Let me know if you have specific questions while I'm on this live, though. I'll probably be on here maybe for the next 30 minutes. I might hang out here just because I don't have too much going on today. It's just a chill Sunday. So yeah, if you have questions for me, Jen, let me know. LaShara, have a blessed day. Thank you. You as well, LaShara. Thanks for coming in. It was nice to see you. Frugal Mama. Wait a minute. Frugal Mama of Boys _ Fun Fit Fab. Okay, Frugal Mama. Hello. Nice to see you. Frugal Mama. I might check out your channel. I like frugal things sometimes. I feel like I pay more for my skincare products, if anything. Skin and hair, I will pay money for, but a lot of other stuff, I'm trying to be frugal, save my money. Let me see here. Oh wow, let me see. Oh, okay. I don't know what you're thanking me for, Pandy. What did I do? You're welcome, whatever I did. Thanks for the welcome. Oh yes, Miss Full Roller, thank you so much. Okay, that helped. Okay, perfect. Good. I'm so glad. Oh, I was saying, oh, Paolindo. Oh my gosh, you speak that many languages? Paolindo said, hi, beautiful, English, Italian, French, and Spanish. Ciao, bella. Salud. I don't know French. Let me try. I'm going to try this. Salud, che belle. Did I do a good job with that? Salud, che belle. I know that probably sounds terrible. Hola, linda. Hola, linda. Yeah, I know two of those. I know ciao, bella, and I know hola, linda. Muchas gracias, Paolindo. Let's see. Miss Four Roller Sarah was, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh yeah, I don't know what she means either. Let me look up here. Maybe I missed a comment. Yeah, Paolindo knows, like, how many languages do you know, Paolindo? Oh, I see what you're saying, Miss Full Roller. Wow, awesome. Oh, you meant to say wow, awesome. Yes, salute. You guys are probably laughing at me trying to speak French. All I know is bonjour. Bonjour. I know some bad words. I mean, that's always the bad thing when you know the bad from all the music, like from different music videos and stuff. What was that song by it was Pink, Maya, and Lil Kim, I think. So that song, I know some words from that. I don't know any French though. I'm so sorry. I would love to visit France, and I think I would need to learn a little bit just to get by and not be rude. I heard that in France, if you don't try to speak French, they're very rude to you, which I can understand. I think in America, we're pretty much the same way. Like whenever there's somebody that doesn't speak English very well, like I don't know if we're very patient. And I feel like people are just kind of like, you need to speak English. And I used to teach ASL. Well, I was learning and not teaching, but like, how would you say? Like sign language for a church. I would sign some of the music. So, but I was still learning. I'm still learning ASL, but it opened my eyes to how challenging it is for people in a deaf and hard of hearing community to just get around in the world, because there are like people don't know ASL either. So it's just, I feel like more and more we should learn as many languages as possible, even if it's like a little bit, just so that we can interact with each other and people of those groups don't feel kind of like outsiders. Because I remember seeing these two people, they were, I don't know if they were completely deaf or just hard of hearing, but they were trying to sign to their cashier and they really weren't understanding. And at the time I wasn't really able to help because I was still learning. But I will say that they appreciated the help and that I was trying, and it kind of meant a lot to them. Like I could see it on their face too. But they don't get that a lot. So it's, I mean, I just think sometimes, how would you like walking around and not being able to actually communicate to anybody when you see everyone else communicating with each other, but no one's trying to make an effort to maybe communicate with you? It's something to think about for sure. Okay, that's completely off topic, but you guys know how these conversations go. That was a while back. Oh, well, I am catching up. These comments kind of went through, and then you guys know I go off on my tangents, and I'll talk, and I'll look back at the comments, and see what's going on here. Let me see. Paolindo says, "Don't say that." I love Paolindo. He's always keeping me honest. He's like, "Don't do it, Jessica." No, I'm not gonna say the bad words. I don't even know if I know how to say them. I know them, I've heard of them, but I probably would still butcher them, and you probably still wouldn't know what I'm saying because I don't think I have the accent for a French language. Like I just don't think I have that accent. I can get the accent for Spanish speaking because I've lived in Spain and I've studied Spanish, but for French, even Italian, Portuguese, those are really different. They're totally different accents. Kind of like here, with New York accent. Like I can't do a New York or British accent really. The bad words, right? Perfect. I mean, those are the words that I heard when I was little in the song, and I didn't know what it meant back then. When you're singing songs and you're a little kid, right? And you don't really know what it means, but you just know this is a song and it's trendy and everybody at school is singing it and you're singing it. And then you get older and you listen to the song again. And when you're a kid, a lot of time you don't even hear a lot of the stuff that they're saying, right? And so I've listened to multiple songs where I thought they were completely innocent. And I hear it again, and I might be doing something, maybe I'm brushing my teeth or something, and I'm just like, huh? It's like, what did they just say? Oh my gosh, they're saying all of that? I thought this was a wholesome, like this is a wholesome, decent song. Jen says, I will be connecting with you for a consultation soon, honey, because I need resume help bad. Oh, good. Okay, great. Well, yes, you can definitely find my link. I think I linked it below. I'll double check, but it's definitely my about section, Linktree, or feel free to send me an IG message and I'll send you the link. That's good. I will give you some help on that. Now, Jen, I'm interested, what is your industry? Because if you've been following me for a little bit, I do share jobs that are or companies that are hiring. So if you share with me your industry, I will add that into my search for my next jobs update. So just let me know. Paolindo says, okay, Lai, we learn bad words too because it's funny. Paolindo says he learns bad words too because it's funny. Yeah, in English, right? Yeah, and when you're talking to someone and you're telling them, I remember when I was first telling people I'm learning Spanish, if it was someone of like a Hispanic origin, they'd be like, oh, well, let me teach you X, Y, and Z and, et cetera. It's like all of the bad words. It's like, okay, well, thanks. And you think it's funny, as a kid. So I remember that too. Oh, let's see here. Oh, yes, I'm sure they appreciated you. With the ASL, yeah, I think it's just helpful just for even trying because I don't get it that often. It's kind of sad. Paolindo is so funny. Usually I don't teach Italian bad words to people. That's good. You're a good one. But a lot of people, those are like the first ones they teach. Jason is saying, sure. And is that a sarcastic sure? Oh, thank you, Miss Four Roller. Yes, please do hit the like button. Paolindo, I was saying don't say bad words because you could lose subscribed here. They think you were telling bad words to them. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that on the channel. I actually don't curse. I would have to be probably really mad or maybe singing a song, like being like actually just saying something verbatim to curse. I was just raised not to. Southern mom, definitely Southern Christian, to be specific, Southern Christian mom. So I wish I would have come back home and said some bad words to her. Oh my goodness, I would have gotten it good. But no, I was a pretty good kid. I think the only thing I really got in trouble for as a kid was so I did this thing with some girls I met, and they were in the neighborhood, and they wanted to play the game. I think it was Ding Dong Ditch or something. And so you knock on the door, ring the doorbell, then you run away. And we had it was a pretty tight knit community, so it didn't take long for them to get my mom and say, "This is what your daughter's doing." So we all got in trouble for it. But other than that, I don't really remember being in trouble for much. I know I got in trouble with my dad one time, and I have no clue what I did. But he was all, I don't know, he was pretty soft on me. Let's see, Jessica, I know you're in HR, but when you were in college, what did you think you would be doing? Just curious. My industry is commercial driver. Okay. What did I think I was doing when I was so okay, backstory if you guys are interested. So in college, I actually started school thinking I was going to be a lawyer. That was my goal, but I realized during college that it wasn't really my goal. As a kid, my mom actually would tell me a lot of times about becoming a lawyer this, and you're going to be a lawyer, this, this and that. And so I naturally, when I went to school, that was kind of the option. It was either be a lawyer or also nursing was the other thing that she would tell me about, because she was in a nursing field. And I didn't want to be in a nursing field because I just felt like, well, if I'm going to be doing all that work as a nurse, I might as well become a doctor. And do I want to spend all of my 20s and potentially early 30s studying and not living life as much? No, I just did not see myself doing that. So, and I didn't really think I had a passion for it. I've been in scenarios where I've seen a lot of blood. Like, blood doesn't faze me, touching people doesn't faze me. All those things that you think about before you go into that type of profession was fine. I just didn't feel like it was worth it. And a lot of the nurses I knew that were like the female nurses, they always look so worn out. My mom was around a lot of people in nursing, given that was her field, and I just felt like they all look so worn out and tired. No offense, but it's just like, and I know Pandy, if she's in here, she's in that field, I think. But it's just a hard industry. So I felt like if I didn't really have a passion for it, then why am I going to do it? Now, there's some great things that come with nursing, like a lot of flexibility, especially for moms. Like, it's a great industry, well respected and everything else. But I was just like, I'm not doing it. So, and I think maybe I saw too much of my mom. It was kind of like, okay, mom wants me to follow in her footsteps. So anyway, got to college. I studied political science, and I was on the pre-law track. As a part of that, when I got on campus, I decided to work because I wanted money. And so my parents were not giving me money for school, outside of my dad kind of here and there. So I became what was called as like a campus caller during school. And what I did was I would call alumni. I was that kid that would be like, "Hey, Mr. Such and such, we have all these programs at our university. You graduated in this time. Thank you so much for your donation last year. Are you interested with a donation of $500 this year?" I would have those conversations with alumni. So naturally, with me being in the pre-law track, I talked to lawyers, and this was Sunday through Thursday every week, because I think I took a lot of shifts. So I would normally take at least 3 nights a week. If I needed some extra money, I would take additional shifts, but I had to balance it with work and some of the other things I had on campus. So I would talk to lawyers all of the time. And I don't know if it was just because of the times, but they would always, either they wouldn't really want to talk. They would say, "Well, why do you want to be a lawyer? Well, do you know this and that? And this is what you're going to be doing. Which type of law do you want to work in? Well, you need to know this first." And so, long story short, I decided to change my degree from pre-law, and I started talking to my career counselors. This is why I always harp on my younger folks, like my 19, 20, 21 folks, to use, or maybe even younger than that, I guess, 18, 19, 20, 21, yeah. So if you're in college, basically, to use your career services, because they help me figure out, okay, I could use a business general degree, study international business, study Spanish, which I wanted to do either way, and international studies, and learn about what I wanted to do. So when I moved into that from law to business in international business, I thought coming out of school, I was going to be a consultant and I would work for a business and help them understand how they can operate in other countries. So I thought I would be able to tie in my cultural and business understanding. That's what I thought I'd be doing. Thought I'd be working, traveling a lot internationally, or becoming an expat somewhere, being a business consultant. So that's what I thought I'd do. And then some part of that, I think my junior year of college, I had an internship in HR, and it's been HR related things ever since: recruiting, training, HR generalists, back to recruiting. So hopefully that gives you my background, Percy. And I see you're a commercial driver, so I am thankful for you because we always need drivers. Let me see here, because I see some comments in the chat. I need to check something really quick. Sorry, guys. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. I have like 3 different phones. I don't have like my work phone, my other phone. Anyway, okay. So yeah, that's what I did. And thank you for your work, Percy. We need drivers. In the words of Shav, he's a bad shut your mouth. Where did that come from? Are you talking about Percy? Or are you talking about Paolindo? That's funny. I love John Shav. Can you dig it? See, I love these like live chill chats because we talk about so much stuff in here. Let me see here. So Jen came back. If you're still in here, let me read this. Background in banking, finance, mortgage. And so yes, waiting on notary commission. Okay, got it. I've definitely shared some related jobs that you may be interested in. Check out some of my companies hiring right now videos, because there are some companies listed in there. You can look at the about section if you don't want to watch the full video. But they can be helpful, because I know my one tip for you, Jen, is yes, we definitely need to work on your resume if you're still in here. But you also want to be really, really quick when you apply to these jobs, because speaking as a recruiter, you kind of have that grace period of the first week, potentially the second week when a job is posted, to get in the door and have some phone interviews and move through the process. You can have a stellar resume, but then sometimes when you apply too late, the company's already in that interview process. And unless those folks that they've already selected bomb the interviews, which isn't as likely to happen, you know, most likely that position will just be closed because it's been filled and you don't get that chance, even though you were a standout candidate. So it's kind of a timing game too, sometimes when you're looking at applying to jobs and landing jobs. So part of it is timing, part of it is your presentation, and then another part of it is going to be networking. So I hope that's helpful if you're still in here, Jen. Okay, let me see here, because I know I'm missing some comments. I'm sorry. It's so many. And you guys know StreamYard is not, I feel like you have to highlight everything yourself, so it's easy to miss everything. Let me see here. Oh, you grew up in Texas? No, my mom is from the South, but I am from the Midwest. So my mom grew up in Arkansas. To our trivia point earlier, she grew up in Clinton land, and she was a diehard Clinton girl and Walmart to this day, Walmart girl, so Arkansas. But then she moved to Missouri, met my dad, and then we stayed there. So I'm from Missouri. Yep, Jason, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. Let's see here. You guys are talking in here. I need primpology lessons. Primping has such a great channel, and you guys know, Primping, if you're still in here, I love your voice. You just have the cutest voice, and I love when I go to her channel. I feel like you should do an ASMR. If you haven't done that already, Primping, it would be great. But yes, I love your voice. Jason says he almost went into nursing, but you don't trust the medical industry. Jason, why don't you trust the medical industry? Okay, so do you mean just overall medical, or do you mean a specific area? Because for me, I actually, Jason, I don't trust pharma. I don't trust the pharmaceuticals industry. And so because of that, I don't really trust the vaccine that everyone, well, not everyone, but certain people have been getting. I'm like Michelle Obama side-eyeing it hard, like, we're gonna see how many people get this, what the side effects are, like what's really going on with this thing, because I don't know. I don't want to be one of the first guinea pigs for this thing. I just feel like there needs to be a lot more testing to be done. Let me see here. OMG, my nurse sister wanted me to follow her dream as well. So true, I can relate. Oh my gosh, thank you, Jen. Yeah, so it was like my mom was pushing that on me, and it's the hard thing with that, Jen, is like, okay, well, you did that, but what do I want? Like, I feel like if I were to become a parent, I would definitely want my kids to explore all kinds of things, creative things, like options where you don't go to school, business related, entrepreneurial, whatever, whether they're a woman, girl, or boy. I would want them to expose themselves to more than, find a job in this area. Like, I want them to see all types of ways that they can earn incomes and live out their passions and grow and all of that. So I'm so glad you made that point. Pandy's laughing at Primping. What did Primping say? Let me see. There's a delay too with StreamYard, so I don't know. I think I missed you. Oh, Primping said you rang. That's funny. Jason says you got into sheet metal. Oh, I didn't know that, Jason. I don't think I know what a couple of you do for work. Percy even said you almost went into nursing too, until I met a real nurse and she told me about the body. Until I met a real nurse and she told me about the bodily fluids and blood I would see. It was a no for me, weak stomach. I can understand that, Percy. I don't think I would want to see all of that on a day-to-day basis. But a little thing about me is I don't mind seeing blood. I think for me, I just don't like, like I can even watch gory movies. I've seen blood up close. We had a house sitter or babysitter, whatever you want to call her. She was older and she actually burst a vein. So like a vein in her knee or something burst in the bathroom. And so she was calling me, and I was a kid. So I was just like, oh my God, what does she want? And I'm going into the bathroom. I was trying to watch my cartoons or whatever. I think I was 11 or 10 and there was blood all over the bathroom. So, I had to like call 911, keep her calm, talk to her the whole time until the paramedics got there. And they were like, oh, you did a good job. You took care of her and blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't, ever since then, I don't think I was ever fazed by blood ever again because it was literally all over the bathroom and this huge blood clot. I'm so sorry if you are a little weak stomach. So hopefully that doesn't bother you, Percy, but that's kind of the scenario I was in. So I was never like bothered by that part. It was just more so I just knew how hard they worked. And I also did some nurse shadowings. I really considered it again. Like right after college, I was like, I don't know if recruiting's for me. Let me check out some other things. And I did a nurse shadow and I mean, it was fine. But again, I mean, nurses work really hard. They do a lot of work. And I mean, here's the thing. You will meet some really great nurses, and then when you meet the really bad ones that don't really care, that's where it's like, okay, I definitely would not want to be in that boat of really bad nurses that don't care. So that's my thing. I just would not. I would hate to be that way. Let me see here. Helena's laughing at primping. You guys are funny. Let me see. ASMR. Maybe I will try it. Yes, primping. You should try it. I think it will be great because of your lovely voice. Modern medicine isn't just very. Oh, so okay, Jason. I think I get what you're saying. So the medical industry, I can get that. Um, I do feel like the medical industry here in the United States, and I don't know about Canada or other countries, but I feel like every answer is take this drug. So take this drug that will solve this issue, and then you're gonna have another issue, and then you're gonna take this drug, and then you're gonna solve that issue, and then they're gonna give you some side effects, and then you're gonna take this. Like it's this never-ending type of problem. When really a lot of the answers that we have in our health issues, in general, well, I don't know why I did this because I don't have any health issues, but with any type of situation can be solved with actual herbs or food or things that are found in nature. And it does not cost 1,100 or whatever amount that these pharmaceutical companies are charging people to have their yearly supply or whatever. If you do look at, I think to your point, Jason, if you look at Eastern medicine, there's other practices that aren't immediately, you need to take this drug. And I think another part is that I feel like obviously Americans, we eat terribly. So if we can fix our diet and start there, then other things kind of fall in place. But there's a bigger focus on the, solving things with drugs, medicine, vaccine, all of that, versus you guys need to fix your immune system, which comes from eating vegetables, fruits, herbs, like taking in these natural supplements and things that will help you. So it's more of the short-term thinking of here, just this quick fix, medicine versus, okay, we're going to take a long-term approach. We may have to give you this medicine right now, but we're going to build a plan, make a nutritious plan for you, and we're going to resolve this. Or another alternative that doesn't even include medicine. But I definitely don't feel like we do that at all here. And of course, it's about the money. The doctors need their money. I kind of feel that way I even feel that way sometimes with dentistry, that is more of like about the money than about caring for actual teeth. And I say this only because a friend of mine had told me, she's actually of the Indian culture. She told me that whenever her dad goes to a dentist, and that dentist, if we can go in there for a while and they say, oh, you have cavities, he leaves that dentist and goes to another dentist and gets x-rayed, and they don't see any cavities, and they move forward with just cleansing his teeth. And so when I found that out, I practiced it myself. So I had a dentist that I've been going to a long time. I think, well, a long time, meaning 2 years. A long time for me is 2 years. So they said, oh, you have cavities. And so I was like, okay, I'll take care of it next time, whatever. And so instead of coming back to them, I went to a different dentist that was within my plan. And I got the x-ray and everything and asked them questions about my teeth. And they were like, nope, teeth are in good conditions, no cavities, da, da, da. And so it made me really rethink, like, okay, are these folks telling people that they have cavities just so that they can go and get that extra money? Because obviously going in and, doing whatever, the root canal or whatever they have to do, fill in the cavity, is going to cost more. And they know people typically are not paying for it as much themselves. They are using their insurance. So I do feel like sometimes this stuff is a whole scam, I do agree with you, Jason. I agree with you on that. Let me see what people are saying. It isn't very competent. Yeah, I think there's something to be said to that. That's right. That's why the East Orient has the best healthcare, but I digress. Okay, Jason. I trust your opinion on that, because things that I've read too, I feel like, I mean, we have a ton of issues here in the US, let's face it. But yeah, the healthcare is not the best. As far as medicine, I just think it needs to be looked at differently. But we are in a culture where it's just the norm to do that. You go to your doctor, you get the medicine, you get the fix, right? Versus thinking more long term about how can we make our bodies more healthy in general? What can we do about it? Pandy says, so true. Thank you, Pandy. Percy says, my neighbor had a heart attack. Oh my gosh. The doctor didn't even mention him changing his diet. I saw him still cooking greasy food on the grill. Oh, I'm so sorry, Percy. I'm very sad to hear that. Oh, see, and that's the thing. Doctors aren't going to talk about it unless they're a good one, unless they are a good one that care, which I think that's important to have. Like, it's better to have someone that you know, or like a family doctor or something. And I think a lot of people don't. Like, I know for myself, I haven't had a family doctor. The best doctor I went to was actually in New York. I feel like there's good healthcare in New York. They have a lot of good health professionals there. But yeah, that's mind blowing that a doctor wouldn't say, with your heart attack, you need to change your diet. That does not even make sense. That's like the first thing you do before you talk about medicine. You need to talk about the diet. Like, you have got to change this or you're going to die. Like, you have to talk like very straightforward like that to people. And so, I mean, I feel like doctors should be doing that. They take an oath that they're going to take care of, their people. But I mean, again, some people are just in it for the money, which is very sad. It's very sad. You're messing with people's lives. Hello, Rohan and Shelly. Nice to see you. Now you know, population is not good for their pocketbook. Exactly. That's it. Yeah. A healthy population is not good for the pocketbooks. But here's the thing. Because again, short-term minded, because if you have a healthier population, healthier people are going to do more things. They're going to be more active. They're going to engage more. They're stimulating the economy. They're not just staying at home because they're too sick to do anything, and they're living longer. So you get other industries that grow because of that, like home health or home care or housing, or, I mean, what do old people do? Sorry to say that. And I'm saying old like 70s, 80s, probably not anyone here. But what do older people do? I see them going on, like healthy older people, riding bikes, going on cruises, traveling, doing all kinds of stuff. So it's just sad. Like, it's sad that they're literally just thinking about themselves. It's sad. But I don't know if it'll change. It will only change, I think, if people are more informed. Like, get away from what your doctor's telling you and like using mediums like this. Like, I love YouTube for that reason, because you get exposed to so much. Like on Miss Four Rollers channel, I was learning about like just economics, like ways that you can save money in different like non-traditional formats. And these are videos she posted years ago. I was just like, oh, like binge watching them because it was really interesting. Let me see. But yeah, YouTube kind of opens up that information world and allows nutritionists to have a space to talk. So if you're looking for how do you resolve your, heart health, you can find it. The sad part is people don't even go on YouTube or Google to find information. It's like you don't even have to read books anymore. You can listen to somebody talk, and yet people some people won't do it. I don't understand. Oh, Paolindo is getting ready for bed. What time is it there, Paolindo? I know it's late. If you are in here, have a good evening. Rest well, and I hope to see you tomorrow. I'm going to be having a conversation tomorrow you may like, just about, women and how we talk and different words that we use that may be hindering us in some way. So would love it if you join. But otherwise, I hope you have a great night, Paolindo. Yeah, Miss Floral. He's he's saying night night. Oh man. Oh, Paolino says not yet. I'm tired but relaxing. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm glad that you like came in here to relax and chill with us. Always good. You're in digesting phase. Oh, we didn't have our food conversation today, Paolindo. What's up with that? What did you eat? What happened? What was dinner? What's going on, Paolindo? Paolindo didn't tell us the food scoop. What is he eating? Oh, there we go. I'm going to bed like chickens. I was ready for the food comment. I was like, wait a minute. Where is the food? Because you always have to end on that note. Let's see here. Miss Floral is saying, however, when folks are sick, they are much easier to control them in the. Yes. This is why folks stay with jobs that are. Wait, this is why folks stay with jobs. The reason why they need the health insurance in the first. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree with that as far as, well, a couple things. So when folks are sick, they're easier to control and manipulate. Yes. Also, when people are poor, they're easy to control and manipulate, which is right now, I struggle with the whole dynamic of close everything down. I've been struggling with that for the longest time. You probably heard me talk about it on here, but it's like, okay, so we're closing everything down. We're opening it up. We're closing it down. We're opening it up. So you're playing with people's money, right? And so you're playing with people's money. You're saying, we're going to give you some money. Don't work. Stay home. We're going to give you the money. It's too close to communism to me. And I know people need it right now, but it goes back to the government, the leadership making decisions for us as a people versus, scenarios where people are saying like, I can be safe for myself. I can wear a mask. I have a healthy immune system. I'm going to do this. No, you can't. We're shutting it down for you. We can make a better decision for you than you can. So I'm kind of torn between that because I feel like, to Ms. Fullroller's point where she's saying, when folks are sick, they're easy to control. I completely agree with. And I think the other half, when people are poor, they're easy to control. So it's like with this vaccine, even some people that wouldn't have taken the vaccine are now like, well, I need to take the vaccine because I have to go back to work and that's my paycheck and blah. And it's kind of a scary place to be in. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but I'm saying that I feel like we need to think more as a group of people about that. It scares me a little bit just because I feel like that's just it's like a thin line. It's a thin line. And I can't say that I trust the people in leadership to do the right thing with their increasing power. So let me see here. Primping says, oh, wow, nighttime. Yeah, what did Paolindo say? 10:46. Yeah, it's late there. I mean, I'm a night owl, Paolindo, so I'm trying to get better at this. I've been slowly decreasing the hour which I go to bed. So normally I would go to bed at midnight. And I've been doing this for a long time. Like I'll go to bed like midnight, 1, 2, wake up at 6 and get to going, whatever. But I really want to focus on getting really good, solid, quality sleep, getting my beauty sleep, right? And so I've been trying to go to sleep at 11, and then eventually I'll change it to 10, maybe even to 9:30, just so I can make sure I'm getting a lot of good, nice rest. Anyone looking to get a nicer rest, I will say silk pillowcases are beneficial. They're very good for the skin and the hair, and they're good for a better sleep. Let me see here. Paolino saying, what's for dinner? Onion soup. Oh. Maybe that's why you didn't mention it, because I don't like onions. You're not joking, but you don't love onions. I know that. You remembered. Yeah, I don't like onions. It's like, I can tolerate green onions, but no, I don't like onions. Did I hear food? Right? Paola knows to come at us with the food. Yes, Jason. But no, I really wouldn't want that job. I wouldn't want that job. I wouldn't do anything. I'd be like, you know what? I probably do 3 things in a year. We need to do this, this, and this. These are our objectives. You do it. And yeah, I'd probably be sitting back somewhere. I don't want to be president because what's the benefit of being president? Everyone talks about you nonstop. They're going to make you look like a monster either way you go. You're in threat of being killed constantly. Like, no way. I don't think you could pay me to take that job. That just sounds like too much. But yeah, I'd be somewhere. I wish I had shades, but I have my shades on, sitting back. I'd have my vice president doing all the work for me probably in that job because I don't think I would want to do anything. I'd be stressed. Let's see here. Prepping as a night owl. Yay, night owl club. Yes. I'm trying to, I'm gonna shift into maybe being an early bird. I'm gonna try. I get up early just because of my work, but if I could get up earlier, there's even more that I could do for myself. I could do like more meditation and things like that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. Feel free to keep me honest and ask me about it. Ask me like, hey, did you go to bed at 10 o'clock or did you go to bed at midnight? Because I need to stay on it. I need to make sure I'm progressing. Oh, hey, North Vikings. Nice to see you here. You're saying hello to everybody. Let me see here. Thank you, Miss Phil Roller. Yes, hit that like button. Oh, wow. Okay, I've been on here for a minute. I guess I should get off of here soon, but it was nice to see everybody. Let me see here. Yes, Pandy, it's scary. Like, I can't even, like, looking back from just what's even happened at the start of this year to all of 2020, never would I have thought in this country we'd be going through a lot of this stuff. And even just looking at the world, everything that we've gone through. But, we're here. And I think we just have to make sure we're paying attention to what's happening and not just looking at the big stuff. Like, I feel like when these little things are happening, there's bigger things that also happen that mean nothing, and they're meant to distract us away from what really matters. Like, I feel like it's, again, to my earlier point, there's just a game. It's a big game. Helen, no, yeah, usually I go to bed at midnight too or later. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I like these more chill, laid back discussions. I mean, of course, I love talking about job related things and HR and, things that can help people in general and bring in side hustle ideas, which 2021, new year, new money. So I'll be looking at some new ways to increase my income. So I will bring in those to you soon. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I like to have more of the kickback discussions, get to know people and do all that stuff. Ms. Forwell is saying, yes, night owls unite. I love it. I love that. Actually, we should make a t-shirt that says that. It should be like a whole thing with that exact wording. Like, there should be an owl, like picture, the whole thing. Yes, I love that. Percy says, you meditate. Wow, I just started meditating last year. More self-control. I meditate with music and affirmations. Yes, I love that. Yeah, I meditate sometimes with music, other times just in silence. Silence, I feel like, is very beneficial. I actually joined this girl I went to school with, and she started like 15 minutes of silence on Instagram. And so we would just all sit together in silence. And you think that would be easy, right? To just sit down, focus, silently think there, and focus on our intentions. And it's really hard. And you would progress with more time of silence from there. But yeah, it's really good for you though. It definitely clears your mind and forces you to focus. But I like the music and the affirmations, and then you can also find the music that also says the affirmations in there for you, or you can speak the affirmations out yourself. I like to journal as well during meditation. So the journaling, like you see it, you think it, you say it, like you're breathe it out. I learned that from Angel. This YouTuber on here, and I can't remember her name. If Miss Roller, if you know who I'm talking about, or Pandy, if you know who I'm talking about, please put them in the comments. Angel, I wish I knew her full name, but she does a lot of meditation like content, and she was saying she had this whole live where she was saying, with your affirmations, you should write it down. You have to see it, read it, think it, and then say it out. And you like breathe it in, breathe it out. You just created it. So it's I don't know, it's kind of nice to think of it that way. Like you're literally writing out your affirmations. And then I also like to write out my goals for the year as well. So those things really help me. That actually started back in 2017 or 2018, where I listed out, I had 5 goals that I needed to meet for the year, and I met all 5 of them. It's the first time it ever happened, but it was because I wrote it out, and I was very specific, and I kept them in front of me. At the time, I was in the office, and so I would keep them on my desk all of the time. I was seeing it constantly, this list of goals I needed to meet, and they all happened. So I am a big believer in writing things down and keeping those goals in front of you. Let's see here. New year, new. No, this is not a part of the affirmations game, Paolindo. We're not saying that. We're not saying that. We're gonna say new year, new rich man, Paolindo. That's what I'm speaking to you. New year, new rich man. Or you can even say new year, new wealthy man. We are not saying those negative words. There is no poor over here. No poor. Let's see. Yes, they are, Penny. What's worse in my mind? We really did not have to get to this point. What did Pandy say? What did I miss? Let me see here. Oh, yeah, very scary times indeed. Yeah, I do agree, Miss Four Roller. I don't think we should have been at this point. It feels like almost a third world country in a way because of how everything was handled. It's just sad. Not saying we're a third world country, of course, but there are little things that should just not be happening if we're saying we are a first world country. Jason is saying, yes, silence is important. I used to be a devout Hindu. Really, Jason? I did not know that. But now Christian, okay. A lot to say on that, yada, yada, or yada. I don't know if I know what that means. What's that mean? Because I just said yada yada. Let me see. Does that have a meaning? Oh, I thought that meant something. Never mind. Yada yada, I guess was what you were saying. Let's see. Primping. Yeah, primping. You have to unplug at all times. Silence is golden. That's really good. I want to get better at how much I really unplug, like as far as getting off of social media. I mean, I feel like I've known Facebook, like pretty much most of my life. Technology, like cell phone, all of that. I kind of envy my older generations, I guess, because you've had that time where you've had a lot of that time where you could really grow up and not have all this technology and stuff in front of you and social media and all this stuff, a lot of folks, like if you're a millennial or anything beyond, like you've had this a part of your life for so long, it's really hard to disconnect. Like even I think we're all more conditioned to now, but it's I don't know. It's hard. Like I remember one time recently, I didn't have my phone, and you would have thought I had lost like all my money and my things. Like you would have thought that, and I hadn't. It was just my phone was misplaced, and I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. You would have thought like a part of me was missing, like a whole part of myself. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta find it. I can't do anything else. I can't think of anything. Gotta find my phone. And it's like, it shouldn't be this way. That's not right. But then too, everything is like on our phones now. It's crazy. Let's see. Mr. B. Oh, hey, Mr. B. Hey, nice thumbnail. Knowing of MLK, this is a perfect topic from your norm. Good on you. Oh, thank you, Mr. B. And we did have a MLK trivia, so we all learned a lot about Martin Luther King Jr. today. So I'm so happy. I learned a lot creating the trivia, and I was hoping that everybody would learn with me. So it was a fun time. I learned a lot of people know really well about Martin Luther King. As a group, we know a good amount of information, and a lot of people know their tech terms. That was good to see too. Paulindo, I hope new year, new lovely people around me, rich of love. Thank you. Okay, that sounds better, Paulindo. I will take that one. I like that one, Paulindo. Great. Penny says I have to get better with that unplugging. Angel face, right? I mean, it's tough. It is very tough because it's just like you're constantly getting notifications. There's a psychology to it because we're getting, what is it, endorphins or something when someone likes our photo or someone likes our video or someone likes whatever. It's positive reinforcement, which is what we as humans crave. And so the maker, I mean, Facebook, all these different social apps, they know this, right? They know what they have to do to keep us engaged, and they continue to do it. And it's tough because instead of socially getting a lot of that stuff, like that positive reinforcement, you meet someone, you talk to them, you tell a joke, they smile, and that's positive reinforcement. We're now doing that online. So everyone's trying to go viral, and viral is the new positive reinforcement, and people are doing anything. Like I read the story about the girl who licked the toilet to go viral, and I'm just like, ugh. And then she went on to spread some lies about Kanye West. But it's just like you're willing to lick a toilet to get positive reinforcement online. That's really sad. It's scary. It's scary times. Jason says you're so refreshing to hear. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad I'm refreshing to hear. I appreciate you truly. I appreciate you, Jason. Thank you. And I love that you comment positive things on my videos. So thank you, Jason. I appreciate you being here, and you definitely spread a lot of positive energy. Mr. B, so on and so on. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I thought I immediately said yada yada, but I was like, wait a minute, is this a Hindu term? Let me look this up. Primping says it's easier for me to unplug because I joined social media for the first time. What? 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 Primping? How is that possible? You joined social media for the first time in 2019? And what did you join? Did you just join YouTube, or did you join like Snapchat, Facebook, like Twitter, TikTok? Like what was it? What was it that got you to join social media? How is that possible, Primping? Wow, I joined social media like, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even think I technically should have had a Facebook account when I got a Facebook account because they had like an age criteria. But yeah, I joined Facebook, I want to say 2006 or 2007, maybe? I don't know, somewhere around then. And then before that, it was MySpace. I don't know if did I have a MySpace account? Yeah, I did. I did have a MySpace account for a short time. Let me see here. Oh, J.R. Mabin, are you an Arkansas girl? Yeah. Okay, you're like my mom. Like my mom, Jen. You're an Arkansas girl. And you're now in Missouri. Yeah, that's what my mom did. Born in Arkansas, moved to Missouri, met her hubby, had kids. Didn't leave. No, Arkansas is nice. I would say for me, it was always just different because there was nothing to do. My family's from a very small town in Arkansas and they have a lot of land, but it's like a lot of land. And it's like, okay, what do you do? And there's no one around. I had an uncle where he would joke with me and say, he's like, yeah, there's nothing around here but a bunch of knucklehead boys. I would just laugh at him. But the visits were pretty boring, but I did like Little Rock. Little Rock was cool. Whenever I would go to the Walmart, it was always a family member that would see me who I had no clue who they were. I'd be like, who are you? But they'd be like, yeah, you're such and such daughter and such niece and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, and I'm your cousin such and such. And I was like, how? Like, what? I haven't been here in like 5 years. What are you talking about? But yeah, people would know. And be like, yeah, I saw you were like a little girl. Like, how do you still recognize me? But it's cool. Arkansas is a good place. Um, thanks, Paolindo. Well, for the positivity, yes. I mean, I think a lot of folks in this stream are very much positive energy. So if you ever catch me saying something negative, stop me and say something positive, please, because we all have our moments. But yeah, I definitely want to speak positive words over my people, over my friends. So yeah, we're saying good things 2021 and beyond. Let me see. That was off an old Seinfeld skit. Oh, really? I used to watch Seinfeld. I just learned about Seinfeld that he was not into people that look like me. I didn't know that until recently. I haven't watched him in a really long time. I used to watch him as a kid because I thought he was funny. Rewatching him today, I didn't think as funny. There's a lot of things I see today that it's just not as funny to me anymore. But that's interesting. Yada yada. Only thing I remember about Seinfeld is Kramer. Kramer was the funniest person on that show. Was just a mess of a person. OMG, lick the toilet. Pandy, I'm telling you, the girl licked the toilet. Licked the toilet. I think it was the toilet seat. But yeah, she licked it. It doesn't matter what part of the toilet you lick, it's the toilet. It's not for that. And that's what people will do today to go viral. I'm just like, look, I will just be in my little corner. I don't need to be known for anything obscene like that. No, thank you. Hi, Ariel. Nice to see you. We're having just a little casual conversation. So earlier we did a little trivia event in honor of Martin Luther King and then tech topics. So if you are interested in trivia, definitely join me. I'll probably continue having those at 2 p.m. on Sundays. I may change the times here and there just to meet my schedule, but normally on Sunday afternoons. So, but nice to see you, Ariel. But yeah, we've been having a chit chat. Oh my goodness, Miss Full Roller is like, what? Right? No, so this girl, she went viral twice. So she went viral for licking the toilet, and then she went viral again for saying that Kanye West was together with some YouTube star, and it turned out, I guess it wasn't true, but other news outlets ran with the story from a girl that licked a toilet and did not have a news background. And so it was like this big ordeal. But yeah, I was just like, what in the world? What are people on today? I just don't get it. Let me see. My prepping. What? How? Your mom has been on social media longer than you? Even your grandparent? Okay, so here's a fun fact. So my mom is not on social media. Thank goodness. Now, my dad is on social media, but only Facebook, I think. And so I've weaned away from Facebook just because I'm like, well, everyone's on there. Like all of my family members slowly, probably like 2016, slowly started moving on over to Facebook. And I was just like, nope, I'm moving on over to Instagram and Snapchat. So, I'm not really very active on Facebook. I really wanted to create a Facebook group in line with my YouTube channel, but I just don't have the motivation to do it. I don't know if anyone's even interested in that. I think maybe if people become interested, I'll do it like for the people, but I'm just like, Facebook is just not it for me. It's too much. Oh, thank you, Miss Foot Roller. Yes, please like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Oh, Paolindo. ARC just stands for Arkansas. So Arkansas is a southern state in the United States. So she's an Arkansas girl like my mom. Just meaning she's from Arkansas. Just vlogging live. Hey, nice to see you. Thank you for coming in. Welcome, welcome. We had a trivia and the trivia is over. But we are having a little chit chat, as I love. I love my chit chats with folks. Let me see here. I have been lurking after the trivia. I had a call, but still here. Oh, thank you, Barry. Nice to see you. I'm glad you're still in here. Ariel, Mississippi girl, born and raised. You know, I have never been to Mississippi, Ariel. I can't say that I've had a lure to move to Mississippi at all or visit Mississippi because I think, my own stereotypes. I will openly say that. I think I have my own stereotypes about Mississippi, and that it may be a dangerous place for me to visit. So I have not. I have visited Louisiana, New Orleans, like, it's a great city. I have yet to visit Mississippi just because of that. So I don't know, maybe one day I will, but that's cool. You grew up in Mississippi. The only city I know in Mississippi, I think, is Jackson, Mississippi. Is that I don't know if that's the capital or if that is maybe just the most popular city. But welcome in. Of course, always nice to see you in here. Penny's welcoming everybody. I got you, Paolindo. You're not negative, just joking. Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, I feel like we say a lot of things jokingly, which is cool, but I am really trying to focus for myself on making sure that even if I'm joking, I'm still saying something positive, because whatever our attention is doesn't really matter so much when we're speaking out a word, because we're speaking it into existence either way. So the universe is catching it. I'm a strong believer in that. I think every book talks about it. Obviously the Bible. I know I have many Christians in here. Jason, the Bible says it. Speak. If you speak a word or if you say this, like, you're literally speaking things into existence. Like, you're creating life with your tongue. So power of the tongue is something that's also quoted a lot in the Bible. So that's where I'm getting at, Paolindo. But I got you. I knew you were funny. You're always bringing in some joy and laughter into the chat. So I appreciate it, Paolindo. Mr. B says we are out of the Trump era. Everything is positive now. Well, we're gonna see. I mean, again, I'm not very political, but I will say I think people have good thoughts for 2021, and with Biden and Kamala. I mean, I just think functioning human in the White House is probably a good thing. Functioning and consistency is a good thing. Now, I'm thinking from like the economy and things like that. Like, the economy likes consistent things for the most part. But I mean, these politicians, I don't think anyone fully gets my support, because I can find something bad in all of them. Meaning I don't like any of them. Don't like any of them. LOL, he was the show. Oh yeah, he was an entertainer. We got a full entertainer in the White House. That we had that. That was, yeah. It was probably, it will go down in history as the most entertaining term ever. At least I hope. I hope we don't have anyone else that interesting. Otherwise, I might have to take my own advice. I shared that video of countries that pay you to move there. I might have to jump on a plane to Italy and create some new life. Oh man, I'm halfway joking. Let me see here. Oh, you're saying, hey, sisters. Penny says off topic, but I have to say, I love your thumbnail on this live stream. Oh, thank you. Courtesy of Canva, free 99. So yeah, thank you so much. I got a little lazy yesterday. I just left my normal one up, but I tried to make a creative thumbnail. To Miss Primping's point earlier about the colors, I use a lot of pink because I'm a girl. I mean, as you can tell, I am a girly girl, and I like my pink. I like my pink and my purple. Sometimes you may occasionally see some blue, but I'm gonna try to alter a little bit and see if that works for me. Maybe throw in a little blue, a little green, because yes, my thumbnails are so girly. But thank you, I appreciate it. I'm so glad you like it. Real brother, hey, real brother. Let me see here. Okay, just because someone looks. Okay, I'm gonna be serious reading this comment. Okay. Just because someone licks a public toilet or two and makes up a ridiculous farce about a married rapper in a same-sex love affair. See, I wasn't even going to give everyone the details, but yes. Does that mean the person is not a credible news source? Right? I mean, people actually ran with this story. Like, it's just like, you don't even look up these folks' backgrounds, so literally anyone can get on camera and say the most ridiculous, absurd thing about whoever, and people will run with that story. But here's the thing. If someone's saying something untrue about a celebrity, I think the celebrities are pretty quick to say, a lawsuit. So who knows where that goes? I don't know if that girl has any income, but those other news sources definitely do. And whatever happened to journalism where you actually have to have a source, like a legitimate source? That it makes no sense. Oh, Jackson's the capital of Mississippi. Okay, that's why I'm thinking of it. Okay, cool. So I remember this older gentleman. He used to always tell me, I don't know how old that man was, but I think he was maybe in his 60s at the time. I think I was 14. Well, no, I think I might have been 16 or 17. Anyway, he would always tell me, like, I was talking about colleges, he would always say, go to Jackson State, Black University. And he would always rep his university. He loved Jackson State. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in Jackson, Mississippi, but yeah, he loved that school. Real brother, how goes it? She's saying it's good, it's good. Mr. B says, I like the variety of backgrounds you have, Jess. Somehow it makes you look more real. Oh, well, thank you. Well, yeah, real person here. Yeah, I mean, this background, I was like, I'm just going to test it out and see. When I use the computer camera, I don't think the visual isn't as good as when I use my phone. So I feel like I don't love the look of it, but eventually I'll buy a camera. If I get monetized, that'll be my marker of like, oh, I need to like really invest in this thing. But I do like having, switching up the looks and stuff when I can. But yeah, I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Let me see here. Thank you, Miss Full Roller. Hey, Minister, nice to see you. We were talking about positive affirmations earlier. I feel like you're on the parts where I feel like you could chime in so much. I don't see you in here, but we were talking about positive affirmations and how there's so much power in what you say. And so you have to speak things into existence and speak positive things in your life. And so when you're joking about things and it's like a negative. Kind of like yesterday, we saw that long post. Some of you guys were in here on Reddit where the girl was just saying she had low confidence and all these different things. And it's like, no, you need to speak good things into your life. If you're not saying it, if you can't say good things about yourself, you're not going to really believe it. And it's not going to actually happen for you. If you're constantly saying negative things, well, that's what's going to happen. So we were just talking about that. I see here, everyone's saying hello to the minister. Mr. B says, I think media has legal obligation to retract a story with an apology. Exactly. I hope those, I mean, if they don't want to get sued, I hope they would do that for sure. It's just, so here's the thing. It's just sad that it's that easy to, it's that easy for these news folks to run with a story. So if that's the case, how many lies have the media told? And again, I know Martin Luther King Day, but you guys know I love Malcolm X. I love Malcolm X. He was alive today, you know. I would hope that he would ask me out, you know. That's how close this bond is. Anyway, no, really, Malcolm X was the one that's often quoted about the media and just how much power they have. And so, okay, if they're running with just this basic story from this girl that licked the toilet who said Kanye was, you know, involved in some YouTuber. Okay, well, they ran with it, no evidence to back it up, just her word. How many lies have they told? Like, how much more have they told the public? What are they telling right now? Like, it's very hard to trust media. There's so much media out here. They're all competing with each other to get the first story, to get something that's viral. It's just a money game. I don't think there is ethics. I don't think there's a lot of ethics in the media industry. I mean, I think there's always been a problem of ethics in media, but I think it's just becoming worse and worse as we go along. It's really sad. And this is coming from someone that used to work at a PR agency, and the CEO would actually, he was a part of ethics councils, and he would talk about ethics and the responsibility that the media has to be very authentic. And today, I just don't see it as much. All is well in this end. You're definitely about to get monetized, Jess. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, to monetization. And I did hit 1,000 subscribers. So again, I have to think through what my giveaway will be, because I guess I didn't know it would happen as quickly. It kind of snuck up on me. So I got to think about something. I got to do some kind of giveaway. So it'll be coming. I was going to do it this month, but I might just wait until next month to do it. We'll see. Let me see here. Oh. Mr. B says Fox wouldn't exist if everyone filed lawsuits. Yeah. Fox is something else, but my mom listens to that a lot. So I just listen to her sometimes. I'm just like, okay. Saying hi to Pandy. Minister Terrence saying hi to everybody. Oh, thank you. Yes, I did listen to you, Minister. I am going to be continuing with the live streams. I mean, to be honest, they're a little easier than me making a video, editing the video, fighting with the video, fighting on YouTube to get the video posted and all of that. So I do like the live stream. Plus, I get to talk to people and just have chit chats, which I like. Jason says, I like Trump. His personality anyway was totally cool to me. I don't trust them much though. Well, you would get along very well with my mom. Because yeah, you guys could have some good conversations, because I was someone that didn't, I would say I like Trump as an entertainer, not as a president. I just don't see it. Entertainer, he's funny. I will give you that. And one thing that I will probably miss about him is that with the stock market, he made things very easy to see what was going to happen. Like all you had to do, like I would follow him on Twitter. You follow his tweets, you know what's going to happen pretty much. Like once he said something about, I don't know, China or whatever, you knew certain industries were going to get hit. So that, I mean, there's that. I mean, I feel like no president's 100% good or 100% bad. Yeah, so I don't know. That's all I can really say about him. I'm sure, I will say, I'm sure Melania is very happy to be out of that White House. To my point earlier, I don't understand why people really want to be a president. I just don't see the benefit of it. Yes, you have all that power. I guess I'm not looking for power of that kind. Here's a question. Okay. What if you considered of shopping for a trusted media just as you would anything else? I'm much older. I have mine. What would I consider a trusted media source? I look at BBC. I look at CNN sometimes, and I look at this Indian news source called WION. They also did support more of Trump's policies, to be honest with you, but they were very focused on world news versus just U.S. news. So some of that included U.S., some of it included India, some of it included China and other parts of the world. So I like WION, that news source as well. I think they were very straightforward throughout this whole 2020 pandemic of who needs justice, like who hasn't been receiving any type of blame for the whole pandemic situation. And I do believe the WHO, the leader of that group, did a lot of things that were very questionable because they were getting paid from China. So, and a part of that, I won't really go into it, but a part of that is why I don't really trust Democrats. So I don't really like Democrats or Republicans. I'm just kind of, I'm kind of in this place where both of these are trash. Return to sender. That's how I feel. I feel like return to sender. Let me see. So shopping, what do I look for though? I just look for, I want there to be consistency. I want there to be straight facts that they're providing. And I want to see that the news source isn't afraid to share the truth, which I think a lot of media is a little bit afraid to share certain things. So that's why I like WION. I like, if I'm even pronouncing it right, WION, in sources outside the US, because they don't have the same, I guess, agenda as some of the media here does. Her brother says, drop one of Clues Brown. Too funny, real brother. That's funny. Clues Browns. Yeah, I can actually hear Charlemagne saying that. Pandy is doing well. Yes, you get 1 hour for every 15 minutes somebody is in your life. Really? I didn't know that. Mind blown. I never knew that. What have I been doing? I just need to do lives. That's all I need to do. I like videos though. I like my shorts and short information videos. But wow, 1 hour for every 15 minutes somebody's in your life. That's crazy. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys for being in here. Wow, I have been on here for a minute. Okay, I'm getting off of here. I said I was gonna get off here like, what, 30 minutes ago. So thank you, Pandy. Yay, I was super excited to hit the 1K mark. Jason says, yep, I hear ya. Thank you, because I feel like, you know, as a Black woman, I don't feel like some of these things I can say with just my day-to-day friends, because I do have some friends that are strongly like, I support, I am a Democrat, I am for Hillary, I am for this. And it's like, there's flaws and there's cracks in everything. So it's just trying to figure out, what's the best option for you. So yeah, sometimes I can't really talk about that stuff to anyone. I can talk to my mom, but as far as my friends, I don't really think I can open up about that, because I'm pretty much expected as a Black woman to be a Democrat and to think a certain way. So when you don't do that, people start giving you the side eye. Watch Woman 65 channel on YouTube is a good for news. Oh, thank you, Jason. Cool. Watch Woman 65. Wait, let me look them up. So if I don't look them up, I'm gonna forget. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Watch Woman. Has anyone else heard about that? I've never heard about it. Okay. I just pulled them up. Thanks, Jason. And Mr. B, the larger the news network, the more money to spend. Money, 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 money. I trust CNN. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, CNN is good. I use CNN, BBC, and YN. Thank you. Yeah, let me get off of here. It is, I've been on here for 2 hours and a half. So I am going to be trying to go live because I need a ton. And when I say a ton, I mean a ton of watch hours. I didn't even think it through as much about like, how am I going to get the watch hours? So I don't want to do what some people do with their lives, where they just, like, have you guys ever joined a live where you click the button, you think it's something, and there's like no one there? It's like a picture of, it's like completely dark, you don't see anything, or it's like the little flowers, and it's like, what is going on? There's nothing happening. So I just don't want that type of content to be up on my page. So I get that can work for some folks to really run up their watch time. But for me, I'm just like, the goal of my channel would be to help people and help people get information. So I definitely don't want people to like come to my live and be like, what is this? So I don't really know the purpose of it, or if it's to get like more watch hours or what that is, but I'm always kind of, and I don't know if it's just me, I guess I don't like those as much, but I'm on YouTube because I'm like, what's happening? Give me some information, what's going on, entertain me, something like that. So I just don't want to do it that way. So for my lives, I'm going to continue this format. It may take me a little longer, but I'd rather do it this way. Let me see here. Sounds like a silent life. Yes. They do that to get watch hours. Gotcha. Yeah. See, I don't want to do that. I just want people to come and see some type of content. Yeah, silent live stream. I was just thinking that yesterday. Yeah, right? Thanks for the voice. Have a great day. Thank you, Mr. B. Okay. Yeah, let me get off of here. It was so nice to chat with everyone. I enjoyed this. I didn't really see any comments about what my next trivia comment should be. So if you do have ideas, throw something in the comments now, or once the video loads, if you want to throw it on one of my other videos or hit me up on IG, let me know what you want my topic to be. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick it myself. But I want to, give back. You guys are going to do the trivia. So if there's something that you want to learn about, let me know. I'm happy to set up the trivia that way. And of course, thank you for watching. And I will see you guys tomorrow to talk about, my favorite topic, women, of course. So we're going to talk about challenges that women have with different words that we use and how that can be holding us back. So it should be a good conversation. And happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Definitely continue celebrating him and the legacy, not just the superficial things that he shared, but also think about the economics and other things that he was working on to really build the community. With that, I will leave you guys. Happy Sunday, and hope you guys have a really great week. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.